Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Dia about to react to this video about RRG. It's titled The Truth About Lala Anthony's Plastic Surgery Allegations. It's worse than we thought. Are they allegations? I thought we all knew that she's been getting surgery. But okay, we'll see how it's worse than we thought. Let's watch.
Alani Nicole Anthony.
Alani? Like the energy drink Alani? What the hell?
Also known as Lala Anthony, has consistently been admired for her beauty. However, in recent years, the conversation has shifted, and people are no longer just complimenting her looks, they're questioning them. The internet has been side-eyeing Lala's transformation, pointing out changes that seem a little too precise, a little too consistent, and a little too assisted. While Lala has never come out and admitted to going under the knife or getting a little help here and there, that hasn't stopped people from putting together their own theories. In today's video, we'll be peeling back the layers of all the gossip, rumors, and her denials. We'll also discuss whether her disastrous marriage to Carmelo Anthony is related to her physical changes. But before we dive deep into Lala's chopped and screwed,
he had a baby on her, right?
We need to address the foundation of this entire mystery, Lala's age, because the confusion about how old she actually is has been a conversation all its own for years. According to her Wikipedia page, her birthday is listed as either June 25th, 1982 or June 25th, 1979. A People magazine article from February 2010 listed her as 30 years old, which would place her birth year in 1979. But then other sources have tried to sneak in 1981 or 1982 like nobody was going to notice. And just when you think it can't get any more confusing, the Daily Mail reported that in 2019, Lala was celebrating her 36th birthday, which would mean she was born in 1983. And at that point, the math completely stopped mathing. People online were quick to point out that she had already celebrated her 36th birthday years earlier.
Messy as hell. Bestie, they just as messy as you.
So what does all this mean? Well, it suggests that Lala may be trying to maintain an image that aligns with a younger age. And if that's the case, it wouldn't be shocking if alleged cosmetic enhancements were part of that effort, because Hollywood...
I thought she was older. If we're being honest. So if she was born in 83, they're saying, I mean, obviously that's not in her 50s. I was being funny, okay? But yeah, I thought that she was born well before that. And this is no shade. Once again, she looks good, but I just assumed she was older.
But has never exactly been kind to women who age naturally. And speaking of those alleged surgeries, let's start at the top and work our way down.
Bestie, girl, you messy. What you mean start at the top and work our way down, girl? Come on, let's go.
Once people got past trying to solve the age mystery, they moved on to the next obvious area of interest.
And also, I think I'll be thinking that as well, because you have women who are in their 50s and they look so good. Like, I'm pretty sure Sanaa Lathan is in her 50s, Nia Long, Angela Bassett. So they look amazing. So, and I see her kind of, around that age group. So I just kind of grouped her in with them. But yeah.
Lala's face. Well, specifically her nose, because that's one feature people swore had changed over time in a way that didn't feel accidental. While Lala has never admitted to getting a nose job, a Turkish plastic surgery practice weighed in and confidently suggested that Lala had undergone ethnic rhinoplasty, pointing out that her nasal bridge appeared more refined, her tip looked slimmer and more sculpted, and her nostrils appeared less flared and more symmetrical compared to earlier photos. The practice even suggested that she may have had multiple procedures over time, specifically noting possible work done in 2012, 2018, 2022, and 2024. Many noticed that while it wasn't an MJ-level change, she definitely had been touched, and allegedly, she hadn't stopped with her nose. Now, let's move away from the face and head south for a moment, because Lala's wagon has also been a topic of discussion. Over the years, people have noticed that her thang has been thangin'. As a close friend of Kim Kardashian, it didn't take long for people to start wondering if Lala had taken a page out of Kim's playbook and enhanced her shape through surgical means. The whispers quickly turned into full-blown speculation about BBLs and injections, because in the era of dramatic curves, the internet no longer believes anything is natural. Lala shut those rumors down and even went as far as creating a 2018 BET documentary called Killer Curves, which highlighted the dangers of exaggerated body trends, particularly illegal butt shots. She made it clear that the documentary wasn't meant to shame anyone who chose surgery, but rather to educate women about the risks.
Did she do it for herself? She made the documentary for herself so maybe she could raise money to get her own butt injections. Because, girl, what is you doing? Like recording documentaries gonna keep us from believing that you didn't have it done, girl. Are you trying to gaslight us on the gargantuan booty?
She also admitted that while she thought about getting enhancements, she ultimately decided against them due to safety concerns, explaining that she didn't want to risk her health. Well, that sounds responsible and logical.
Or maybe she's talking about injections. You know, they like to get real technical. I've never got no butt shots. I thought about it, but I never got it. And it's like, oh, but you got to be built. So that's what you leaving out, you know?
Well, the internet wasn't entirely convinced.
And neither am I.
In 2023, she showed off a noticeably slimmer, more toned body and told Essence magazine that her transformation was a result of 10 months of intense training and dedication to
And a
fitness.
mommy
Yeah, you don't
makeover.
stop lying. Where the trainer at? Let me talk to her. Because you know good and doggone well her social media pages would have been filled with this one I'm eating today and this one I'm eating tonight and I'm finna go work out with my trainer and ooh, look how much I've changed my body and blah, blah, blah. But we ain't hear nothing. It was quickies over there, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Now, while that explanation sounds perfectly reasonable, especially for someone with access to top-tier trainers and resources, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Aziz decided to weigh in and suggest that there might be more to the story.
What is that?
He pointed out that if Lala had simply lost weight naturally, her badonkadonk would have shrunk as well. But it
That's
didn't.
the first thing to go. Things that you want to keep, them the first ones to go. Ain't it? And not the doctor clocking her lies. You can't fool a professional, Alani.
He also mentioned that the hips were lie and hers looked more pronounced, which he believed could be the result of fat grafting. He also speculated that she may have undergone procedures such as a BBL, extensive liposuction, or multiple rounds of body contouring.
He said Lala is a la. He said she an old builder body. Fix it, Puerto Rican Jesus.
In 2023, she posted bikini photos showing a much thinner physique.
lady
The
is
difference
so
was noticeable
shady.
enough to spark online conversation. Her curves appeared significantly reduced, and her overall appearance leaned toward a very lean look. Of course, once Lala entered her slimmer era, people immediately jumped to another conclusion, assuming she had been jabbing herself with Ozempic. According to the Cleveland Clinic, what people refer to as Ozempic face includes features like sunken cheeks, loose skin, and a more hollow appearance. And many felt Lala's look at the 2025 Met Gala fit that description.
I mean,
The
she's
comment
getting
sections
older.
were ruthless, with people pointing out that her appearance made her look old as hell. As if the nose, body, and the weight loss weren't enough, the conversation eventually shifted to fillers and Botox, because people began speculating that Lala may have gone a little overboard in that department as well.
So Lala Anthony is only 45 years old. I'm 48, just to put things into context. Yes, she's aging. Yes, she's an older woman, but she doesn't look like that because she's getting old. She looks like that because that's the accumulative effect of overfilling your face. So they like to encourage young people to get fillers and Botox at a young age. But specifically with fillers, when you get them done early on, over the years, they build up.
That's what I heard.
And what happens with fillers is that they absorb water. And that's why she has that
puffy.
pie effect where her face looks flat.
An aesthetic nurse even offered to help Lala by dissolving certain areas.
These doctors on Lala ass, ain't they?
Things escalated even further when fans took their opinions to Reddit and created a thread called Lala Anthony Destroyed Her Looks. The general consensus was that Lala was naturally beautiful, but may have gone too far in trying to maintain that beauty, possibly influenced by Hollywood standards, aging pressures, and comparisons to other celebrities. We can't end this video without addressing the elephant in the room, her relationship with her ex-husband, former NBA player Carmelo Anthony. They met in 2003 when her MTV Direct Effect co-host DJ Clue introduced her to Carmelo, who was a 19-year-old rookie on the Denver Nuggets at the time. As for Lala, if the rumors that she was born in 1979 are true, that means she was 24 when they met. They exchanged information and began chatting on the phone as friends. He lied about his age, telling her he was 21.
Oh, lies. Trying to get to the ass.
They met up in Vegas, and Carmelo was stopped by casino security and asked
they
to
said
see
she was
his
born in the
ID,
70s?
and
I thought
that's
they said
when Lala
80s.
found out he was still a teenager. In her book,
Mid-
Lala said if she had known his age from the jump, she would have never given him the time of day. But by that point, she really liked him.
A teenager. You really liked a teenager. Okay.
During an interview with Rachel Ray, she said Mello won her over with his humor and his mellow personality. She also said she started to realize he wasn't a typical teenager. He was a multimillionaire, owned property in Denver, had many cars, and even had his own personal chef. He would send private jets to pick her up so he could spend time with her. They got engaged on Christmas Day 2003, 3 months after they first met. Lala was ready to get married the day after he proposed, but Mello wasn't. The years passed. Lala moved into his home in Denver, and she wondered if they would ever get married. She got pregnant and gave birth to their son in 2007. She finally gave him an ultimatum. In her book, she explained that she told him, "We have a kid. You're grown, I'm grown, and I don't want to play house anymore. We're either doing it or we're not."
You had a baby with a baby, and then tried to pressure him to get married. That was your first mistake. But that money got to you. I know it did. Them cars, the houses, all that money in the bank. Lala said, "I'm finna secure this teenager."
You know?
They got married in July 2010, and their relationship was filled with allegations that Mello was sticking his dang-a-lang all over the place.
He was forming his hive. He was forming, that's not what it's called. What is it called? Not a Harlem. Not a Harlequin. What's the name of it? He was putting together his, not orgy. What's the name of it when you got a whole collection of harem? Okay, she was the top hoe in the harem. That's how he wanted it. He wasn't ready to get married.
So what could this type of dynamic do to a woman's psyche? A woman who's dating a much younger, high-profile athlete whose lifestyle constantly puts her in comparison with younger women. Carmelo moving in spaces filled with women who were probably younger and ready to risk it all, while Lala was holding down a marriage and family, likely created an unspoken pressure. It's not always about consciously trying to compete, but more about regaining control in an environment where things felt out of control. Shifting appearance, leaning into youthfulness, and refining her image could have been her way of reclaiming power and reminding her husband and herself that she still got it going on. There's also a deeper psychological layer tied to relevance and desirability. Society already places heavy value on youth, especially for women, so being with someone younger can amplify that standard. Instead of aging naturally, there can be a subtle push to preserve, refresh, or even reverse signs of aging, just to feel like you're still on the same level. In that sense, trying to look younger becomes less about insecurity and more about adapting to a dynamic where youth is constantly present, visible, and in many ways expected.
Yeah, these
7
celebrities
years
got
after
hard.
tying the knot.
And the issue also, they always in the spotlight. There's always a camera in their face and people picking them apart. So I can't imagine all the pressure that they have to endure.
TMZ reported Lala and Carmelo had separated. Online sources claimed the cause of the separation was Mello impregnating a woman named Mia Angel Burks. According to the Jasmine brand, Mello met Mia in Chicago, and she reportedly traveled frequently to be with him. Although Mello hadn't publicly claimed the child, Mia called him out multiple times for not being in the child's life. It appeared that Lala and Mello reconciled sometime in the fall of 2018. But in June 2019, while Lala was in New York celebrating her birthday, paparazzi caught Mello on a yacht off the coast of southern France with a woman named Sarah Smeary. In response to the photos, Mello posted a video on social media claiming that Sarah was married and they were on a business trip with her husband. Online sources refuted his claims, dug up the woman's backstory, and found that she was unmarried and that Mello had met her only a few days earlier at a Paris fashion show.
Lying, dirty ass bitch.
In response, Lala posted and deleted a photo of a heart with a dagger through it. A month after Mello was spotted on the yacht, People magazine reported that Mello and Lala decided to live apart as she sought legal advice about their relationship. On June 1st, 2021, Lala's family noticed she was pale, sweating, and losing her balance. She was rushed to the hospital, where doctors performed a procedure to fix an abnormal heartbeat that had been plaguing her for years. A few weeks later, a woman reached out to Hollywood Unlocked and revealed Mello was the father of her newborn twins.
Fix it, Puerto Rican Jesus.
The woman provided Hollywood Unlocked with receipts, including text messages between her and Mello. The twins were born prematurely, and the woman stated that Mello began avoiding her calls by telling her he broke his phone after throwing it at a wall for unknown reasons. The woman also claimed that one of Lala's close friends hired a private investigator to find out more information about her. Mello has allegedly provided the woman with financial assistance and paid for her living accommodations, but he allegedly hasn't been actively involved in their children's lives. He has since confirmed that he's the father of Mia Angel Burks' daughter, Genesis. And if he's the father of the twins as well, that means he fathered 3 children while he and Lala were still legally married.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. That made me slice and dice my body up too. Shoot, I can't even be mad at him. Like, God, I wouldn't do that. I'd probably piss in his Cheerios, though.
All right, girl. She is so damn shady. Jesus. But I did not know he had 3 kids on her. I only remember hearing about 1, but that is crazy. I'm sure it has a lot to do with her being, in the spotlight a lot as well. But, it is very possible that did, contribute to her insecurity and make her feel like she wasn't enough and that she needed to change her appearance. So that's really sad. I feel for her, honestly. I think she looks good. I don't think she ruined her face like some of the people suggested. But you can definitely tell that she's had, lots of work done. As, a lot of women in Hollywood end up getting work done. I mean, hell, even men at this point. Jim Carrey, that whole thing with his face, Drake and the abs. It's a thing. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this stuff, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.